We're listening. What? Dude, your Spotify is on.
See, we can't. It's copyrighted. So, but I think if we do it ourselves, it's considered a cover.
It doesn't have the same oomph.
Well, you're not in my head right now. In my head, it's so impressive. You know.
So
I should record my. I've got all the gear. I should record stuff like that and sell it to like those stock audio websites. Make big buck. I would.
I guess.
So this is the show where we review 007 films.
Yes.
And sometimes it's both of us. Sometimes it's just me, except for all of the time moving forward, because last time it was just me and that was no good.
What I was trying to say is, Daphne, we're listening. We're back. The band is back together. We're not.
Or that, what did she say? For the love of all things cinematic.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Grow a pair and be in the episode. I think that's.
Yeah.
I think that's which
and
is
we're
derogatory.
Listening. We're here.
I don't appreciate that. I don't even know. Listen. So here's the thing.
Sure.
This is our 5th 007 film.
By my count, that is correct.
It is our first non-Eon 007 film.
It sure was.
And by that, I mean a 007 film that's not a part of the main continuity and was produced by a company other than Eon.
Oh, I thought you meant it had been eons since we recorded an episode.
It also feels like that's true from a 007 standpoint.
Yes.
But here's the thing. What do you think the odds are that Daphne has seen this film?
I'm assuming, I would assume she's seen it because she seems like quite the 007 connoisseur.
But I don't know. But these are like not these are not, you know.
Yeah.
They're like these two are the offshoots. And so I wonder, like, you know, if you were to tell me right now she's seen all of the Eon 007 films, I'd go, yeah, absolutely. I totally believe that.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
But if you were also to say she hasn't seen the 2 non-Eon 007 films, I would go, okay, yeah, 100%, you know, whatever.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know who we are or who Daphne is, mind your own business. No, we're the movie men.
We're the movie men.
I'm one of them.
I'm the other.
Yes.
I'm Pete.
And that's how we shall be referred to, as one of them and the other.
I'm Pete.
And Daphne is a Facebook fan. Well, she's also a person.
She's. We think.
We've both met her. What do you, like?
But they can, like, computers. We don't know anything.
Like, you think she's like a robot?
Hey.
It could be.
I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying we don't know if she's not.
Could be, but I would I don't know if that would make me appreciate her any less.
Oh no, not at all.
It wouldn't.
Not at all.
I wouldn't devalue her as a android just because.
No, not at all.
You know, she's got processing power and a download speed.
Sure.
I'm gonna throw a curveball at you.
Do it up.
So the way that we do these 007 films, we're working through them. All 27 of them, because there is 27 if you count the 2 non-Eon films.
Right.
I had never seen any 007 films, so we're watching them start to finish.
Yes.
Doing it the only way you can do it.
Well.
No. No. That's the only way you can. And we are we have a ranking system.
Sure.
8 categories.
Yep.
We rank them on scale of 1 to 10. 0 to 10. 0 to 10.
Yep.
And then we find our average, which you do by adding up all the numbers and then dividing it by the numbers of numbers that you have.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to Google that.
Yeah.
I had to Google how do you find the average. It's been a long time.
Right.
And then that's our number. And then we rank it in the list of them based on that.
Right.
Curveball time.
Sure.
I didn't do that for this one.
What the hell?
Well, okay, hear me out.
And I think I know where you're going.
I can do it real quickly right now if you want me to, but I'm not going to.
Okay. Okay.
Because listen, here's the thing. Spoiler alert, I enjoyed this film.
Sure.
However, with the ranking system that we have, with the ranking system that we rank
Yep.
regular James Bond films with,
Sure.
this film is doomed to score very low.
Sure.
Because there are no gadgets in this film.
There were some, but they weren't meant to be cool.
Barely.
Yeah.
It has a great reoccurring, like a theme song that they like beat to death over and over and over throughout the film. But it's not, and I loved it. It's actually 100%, swear to God, going to be my ringtone because I loved it.
Prove it.
But it's not a good Bond song.
No.
Right? Like it's not
Sure.
your stereotypical Bond song, the fighting, the whatever else. So I was like, I feel like we shouldn't use it for this one.
Okay.
Because it's not going to do it justice.
Sure.
But I feel like you did, so I'm curious.
So let me say this. I used it, and I agree with you. It was funky to use because it didn't really coordinate with the type of film it was. But
Because it's like portrayal of Bond. While the portrayal of Bond was miserable, but that was their goal, so they succeeded.
What I will say,
and I have to mark it low for that. Like I didn't like that.
And what I will say is, I made sure the film ranking didn't hurt as a result. So there were times where it wasn't really translatable. My ranking of the film isn't altered by this scale. So, for example, with portrayal of Bond, I still used that category, but I just kind of used it for what were their intentions? This is what I'd rank it.
Okay, so give me your list. Give me,
Sure.
I don't have one for you. I have a ranking for the film.
Sure.
So I can still put it on.
Yep.
I can still put it on the list.
Mm-hmm. So I'll go category by category.
Yeah.
All right. So.
And should I?
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Should I rank it as we go? No, I don't want to do that.
I don't think so, because it sounds like you did.
I want to put and I want to be able to put proper thought into it.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
So we'll just wait till the end, and then I'll tell you what I scored it.
Okay. So, I did not like it as much as you did. I did not.
Okay.
I
That's
feel like
typical. If I love a film, you're like.
But the exception is a lot of these James Bond films we've been in line to a T. So
right.
This might be
often
one
we
that's
score exactly the same.
like quite honestly,
Weirdly.
exactly. Yeah.
It's weird. Okay.
I felt like this was 2 hours of my life I'll never get back.
But I wouldn't. Why would you want it back? That's like it's a happy donation.
Sure. So in the plot section, I wanted to make a note of this because the James Bond was kind of the OG Tiger King. Like he had lions and like big cats on his property.
Yeah.
Like he was. That's pretty dope.
He was swagger.
I feel it was a bit too soon for a Hitler lookalike in this film, don't you?
No.
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
No. In the 60s? 67?
Yeah.
It had been 22 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I just wanted to make
in a year and a half
it.
from now, every stand-up comedian's act is going to be riddled with COVID jokes. So, I mean...
Yeah, whether that's right or not. But yeah, it
too
will
soon
be
doesn't
the same.
exist anymore.
Yeah. My one note, just from a plot perspective, I literally don't understand how he went from being in a car, James Bond that is, to being in captivity with Le Chiffre.
Oh, well, you don't need to know. Yeah,
guess I
that
don't
was the
need to
one
know.
thing. That was the one thing where I was like,
I was like, what?
was there, did I
skip
the
the
abridged
scene?
version?
Yeah.
Like what's...
My final note regarding the plot is, and I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it. What the shit is this?
What do you mean?
No, just the whole film.
I mean, it's like the film?
I understand, and this film did some things that I thought were clever. And I've watched films like this before where I understand theoretically what the film is doing, and I go, hey, that's kind of funny, like, James Bond celibate and, all these plays on the cliches that James Bond is. And I understood it. I appreciated it. but I didn't necessarily laugh as much as I should have at times, or I wasn't as enthralled by it as I maybe the film was wanting me to be.
I LOL'd. I laughed out loud, like by myself, alone. So not like it wasn't like social laughing out loud.
Right. No.
It was like I couldn't not laugh.
See, with me, I didn't have as much of a reaction to the film. I think I like just theoretically appreciate it more. Like when I've talked to you about it, it's, hey, isn't it funny that X, Y, Z are happening? Like they're playing on all these tropes of James Bond. And it's more like the appreciation for what they were trying to do.
Right. So for those of you who haven't seen it, it's like a comedy spoof of of the 007 franchise up until this point.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So I gave the plot a 3 out of 10. Just
cool.
Yeah.
The only thing I want to add, so yeah, I mean I would say there's moments when the plot struggles. But I would say out of the 5 we've watched, I think plot aside, I think it's the strongest premise. That you have a 007 who that like they need to find sort of a stand-in 007, and the actual 007 is like is the point man back in the like I don't know, I just I really liked it. I really liked the premise. I was like, ooh, this is interesting. Like this is an interesting mission.
It's different. Yeah.
That's such a backhanded compliment. That's such a like a what? True. Don't I look nice? You look different, dear. How does this dress make me look? Well, not fat. What? I mean, okay.
Yeah. Okay. For portrayal of Bond, I have nothing really to say, just because it was so different.
I mean, we had 3 different Bonds.
We had 3 different Bonds, and
Woody
they were
Allen.
Yep.
Peter Sellers.
Yep.
And then who played the OG one? I really liked him.
I don't.
And I liked his stutter.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, multiple different Bonds. I just gave it a 3 out of 10. Just because it kind of mirrored just my thoughts on the film, and that's just kind of what I gave it.
Yeah, Woody Allen played Jimmy Bond.
Jimmy, right, because he was the nephew.
Yeah. The one the one who has an incredibly low threshold for death.
Yes.
And his doctor said that, yeah, he's not supposed to have any bullets enter his body.
Right.
See, I'm talking about it now, and you're like, laughing.
I can't describe it. Like when I watched this film, it just fell flat, and just some of the intellect, like just intellectually, just talking about it, I'm like, okay, this is clever, but for some reason, just when I watched it, I was like, oh my gosh.
All right.
Yeah, I can't explain why. The next section is the villain, which actually I gave it the second highest scoring of all the categories. I gave it a 5 out of 10. I absolutely adored Orson Welles as Le Chiffre.
Yeah.
It honestly made it for me. And when I say I didn't appreciate this movie as much, Orson Welles was the only saving grace for me. He was fantastic as Le Chiffre. Specifically, just there was one scene where I literally laughed out loud. His whole sequence in the casino when he did his levitation trick.
Right.
Like, I was actually laughing out loud, and I was like, what in the actual F am I watching? Like, what is this? Like, he was taught this levitation trick by quote unquote an ancient vegetarian.
It's I don't know how you're ranking things so low, man.
Can I actually? I want to switch my villain. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10, just because I love that. I love that scene so much.
What did you see? Now I'm curious. What did you do? You have your past ranking things on there?
Not. I have like my overall scores for the films, but not for like.
I'm just wondering if that was higher than what you gave Goldfinger.
Probably not Goldfinger, but the other ones I think I gave quite low.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Orson Welles was fantastic. I loved just one more thing about that, like specifically with him. I loved the sequence where he blows up his henchman who's on the payphone, and it blows open the Berlin Wall, and the east side is flooding the west side. And aside from it being pretty baller, it was just so funny. That the villain component is something I did appreciate. So
good.
The next section, gadgets, it's a 3 out of 10. I understand it's not meaning to dazzle us like other James Bond films. Obviously, with the magnetic homing beacon and the submarine scope, it's not that impressive. What I did think was a little impressive in a dark, sinister way is there was that Sweeney Todd-esque body remover that put people in the deep freezer that one woman had.
Yes.
Did you catch that?
Yep.
Yeah. So that was the only kind of actual kind of gadget, but the rest were just kind of mundane. So I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
The fights and the action, I gave it a 1 out of 10.
Yeah, it's pretty. It doesn't.
It's
not an action film.
It's not. There was some when they were at that like auction fight scene. Some of the representatives from each country was mildly comical. I loved Tactic 33A, where they just speed walk, then they crawl, and whoever's following them trips over them.
Right?
I mean, I've never thought of that before.
The movie lays into how bad of a movie it is.
Right.
If the movie had tried to be a serious movie, it would have been awful.
The thing is, Tactic 33A is not that far out from some of James Bond's escape tactics. Like, up to this point, he literally just, like, trolls people into letting him out of locked cells, climbs out of air ducts that are, like, 6 feet tall. I mean, Tactic 33A is comical and farcical, but it's really a fun play on James Bond. Like, it's not that far from the truth.
Yeah, and do you know what's interesting too? I was thinking about this last night.
Sure.
Although at times the plot, the action, the gadgets aren't as good as an actual 007 film.
Sure.
If you take all of that away,
okay,
and you try to isolate just the acting, just the performances.
Sure.
I would say the acting in this film is no worse than in any of the other 007 films.
I can't argue with you. I cannot.
Right?
I can't.
It's not like there was never a moment where you're watching it and you're like, this is painful.
Right. Right. Oh boy. Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there. The next is Bond Girl. Which one? I don't know. There were so many. He had a daughter. There was all these other strong female leads in this film. I just gave it a 2 out of 10 just because
the daughter that was like, if you weren't my dad, I might be into you or something.
What the shit? Like, what?
It was so funny. It was so funny.
It was. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm get the feeling that like everything in this film that you thought was kind of weird, I thought was comedy gold.
Right.
Like I truly think this film was genius at moments.
Right.
Like specifically when the couch is like the whole thing where she's like the woman's luring Evelyn back to her bed.
Sure.
By talking about his book. It's like I need you to come look over this book, which I keep in my bed. And it's like this whole back and forth. Right. And there's like, and so they get him, she gets him back, and they're in that in-ground couch thing, which right. I just kept thinking the whole time, I want one of those. That is so cool. I want an in-ground couch. And so then anyway, she's like, let's go to my bed. And she like presses a button and the whole couch starts lowering into the floor. Right. And she's like looking at him all seductively. And his line is, Do you get a lot of complaints from your neighbors? And it's like, it's just, I don't know.
Right.
I was rolling out of bed laughing at that.
It had some moments. For me, the supporting characters, I felt they were a little weak. I mean, Woody Allen is Woody Allen, but I just, being the head of Smirsh and just his whole inadequacy sequence, it just fell a little flat on me.
I loved who was the actor who played who was the actor that played Sir James Bond's almost like his Q, right? Like he had black hair and he was like really goofy and like
right.
had a strong English accent. I thought he was a lot of fun. I thought he made the film for me anytime he was on screen.
Right. I don't know why I have this in the supporting characters section, but I thought it was kind of cool watching the changing of the guard sequence amidst that whole BS flying saucer. But it was cool watching the changing of the guard. I just think it's fascinating watching something that hasn't changed at the time in the 60s, where everything else we watched is so dated, but that one thing has stayed the same, and it's still the same today. I think there's just something cool about that. But
yes.
Yeah.
Which, have you ever seen that in real life?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's cool. I saw it in Ottawa.
That's what it stuck out to me, because it's like everything else is so 1960s, everything. But that one thing is exactly the same. And there's just something.
And has been for many years prior to that.
Well, that's the thing.
And when you see it in real life,
yeah.
it's like it's out of time.
Yeah, like even someone watching this film in the 60s could watch that and be like, hey, that's so crazy that hasn't changed since the 50s or prior to that. You know, like it's very cool that it's so consistent. There's just something to be said about that.
Yeah, for sure.
The Bond song.
The Bond song. I friggin' love this song.
So
because it's so comedic and it's so like slapsticky sounding. And they use it over and over and over and over. Like they almost use it more than the friggin' Homeward Bound song.
So here's the thing. I gave it a good score, but not for the same reasons you did.
Okay.
I gave it a 6 out of 10. Ooh. And not for the intro credits, obviously not. No, nope. Not like normal James Bond songs where there's, the main theme. And not for like the Casino Royale song either, like James Bond, quote unquote James Bond winning lots of money at Casino Royale. The reason I actually gave it was
so good. That was so funny. It was so on the nose.
It was. The reason I actually gave it a 6 out of 10 and I enjoyed it was I didn't realize, I don't know a lot about Burt Bacharach. I just know his name, but he did the musical score for this film and he got a ton of praise for it. He also got specifically an Oscar nomination for his original song, which I didn't realize was from this movie, which is The Look of Love.
Yeah.
I've seen it in so many other films. I never in 1,000 years would have guessed, hey, it's from this 1967 farcical Casino Royale. And I think there was just something to be said about this is a classic song. I need to give it a good score. So that's the song I considered the Bond song, and that's why I gave it a good score.
Cool.
The other category is not actually included in the score, but I add on one for the one-liners, and there were two that stuck out to me. The one was at, I think it was M's house, because it was around his funeral, and they said the toupee being regarded as a heirloom.
Right?
That was pretty dope, not gonna lie. The other, I just gotta say it again, Orson Welles was just such a boss in this film. I loved every second he was in it. But I laughed so hard at his sequence where he did the levitating woman. But when he says, "Excuse me, madam, sorry to keep you hanging around," I literally laughed out loud. I literally did.
Yeah.
It was so good. So ultimately, this is probably my lowest scoring Bond film. I gave it originally a 3.125 out of 10, but I bumped it to a 3.3. So it got raised a little bit because while we were talking, I figured it was a shame to give Le Chiffre, Orson Welles not as high a score as I did. So it got bumped to a 3.3.
Right. This is where we diverge, my friend.
I think so.
Because I gave it a 7.1. This is my
Whoa.
highest. This is by far. So the next closest was 6.4 with Goldfinger.
Wow.
And you know what? I don't know that it's the best film, but I had the most fun while watching it. I enjoyed it the most. I enjoyed myself the most while watching this film.
Right? Wow.
Yeah. If I had to rewatch one right now, it'd be that one. Yeah, completely.
I can't
entirely.
fault you. Like, with the exception of Goldfinger, when you say it's the best one, I'm like, you might not be wrong. I didn't enjoy it, but some of the other Bonds are pretty stank so far.
Right. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
You must have some trivia, though.
It's just the one, because it's kind of a profound question that we've done every week. Or not every week, but every episode. I want you to guess. Where do you think Casino Royale version 1967 ranks on the tomato meter of all the James Bond films? So currently there are 26, soon to be 27, but where do you think this film ranks between 1 to 26?
I have a guess. I have a desire and I have a guess.
Okay. Let me just bring the audience up to speed. All that we know so far is Goldfinger's number 1 at 98%.
Yeah.
Number 3 is From Russia with Love at 95. 4
which means
is
which means I already disagree with Rotten Tomatoes. So.
And Dr. No is 4 at 95%, and Thunderball was 6 at 88%. And I think you and I would also, like, we've agreed. I think we're surprised with how high some of those are.
Oh, 100%, because some of those are hot trash.
Well, I wouldn't even say they're hot trash. I think they're just trash.
They're like wet, gooey trash.
Yeah, that's stuck on your shoe.
Yeah, even like raccoons are looking at that going, pass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So essentially the only options you have are 2, 5, or 7 to 26.
Right. Okay. So my desire is that this would be number 2.
Okay.
That's my desire.
That's your desire.
Or even number 5.
Sure.
My guess...
Yeah.
Because we now know that I don't agree with Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
And because I believe that the average moviegoer is maybe not sophisticated enough in their humor sensibilities to fully appreciate this film.
Mm.
It's got to be number 26. It's got there's everyone must have hated this because I think if that's the case, I think it's because people approached this wanting a serious James Bond film, and then when they didn't get it, they were disappointed.
Right. Well, you're correct. It is 26th, and it doesn't deserve that. You know, I would agree. I didn't enjoy Casino Royale, but because it's not intending to be serious and it's a comedy, I think it's better than at least 2. I'd say it's better than Thunderball, maybe From Russia with Love.
Oh, everything's better than Thunderball. The Room is better than Thunderball.
Yeah, there you go.
Lost in Translation is better than... Well, no, never mind.
You know what's something interesting? It's the 26th ranked tomato meter film, but it also was ranked 26%.
Huh.
Yeah. What are the odds?
Well, I mean, I could do it's a big number. I could do the math. I don't know. I probably couldn't do it in an amount of time that wouldn't equal an awkward silence on the air. Do you want me to figure it out?
Just DM me the answer.
The slim. Real slim.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, that does that wrap it up?
It does. Until next time when we review You Only Live Twice, which is farcical.
Right.
Not farcical. It's
wrong.
It's a fallacy. It's false.
It's not true.
You only live once, folks.
Yeah.
Don't jump off a cliff thinking, well,
YOLO.
this is the first death.
Mm-hmm. You don't. Yeah, you only got one.
Actually, I don't know that because I haven't died before. So maybe you come back.
Yeah.
What if everyone who you've... Listen, no, wait. What if when you die, you come back once? What if you live twice and everyone who you've known who has died up until this point just were simply dying for the second time?
I'm not. No.
Mind blown. See, this is why I can't do drugs.
One of the many reasons.
Because this is my normal brain. If I did this and I took mushrooms...
There's also that court-ordered document that literally says you're not allowed to do drugs.
What do you mean court-ordered? It's just illegal. Everyone has a court-ordered don't do psychedelics.
But there's one specifically for you because you're on the radar.
Specifically. True. Yeah. That's my social insurance. Anyways, thank you so much for listening of course, unless you didn't. In which case, screw you.
Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Screw you right to heck.
Oh, actually, before we say goodbye, follow, subscribe on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
No, don't do those things.
Links
are
below.
Don't.
Do it.
No.
Don't listen to him.
Don't do it.
Do it.
No.
And check out our Patreon page below. Support the show if you so please.
Oh, don't support the show.
Goodbye.
I've been reading this book about reverse psychology. Just wait. You just wait next week and see what happens.
Interesting.
So many, yeah.
Wouldn't that blow your mind if like 50 people signed up?
I would pee myself.
Yeah.
All over the floor.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, bye.